Good afternoon. I'm Gwendolyn Morton, and this is Live at 5 on WBON TV 9, where every local story starts here. It's good to be back. Hope you had a wonderful holiday season. Looking forward to the new year. Today, we've got some great breaking stories and some news, including the Madison County will have a new jailer for the new year, and human remains in Jessamine County near where a local man went missing. We've got the details on that. And are you looking for some tips on how to clean up from the holidays? We've got you covered there too. We're going to take a look at the weather with Sam, and your sports report with Michael Watkins is all coming up here today live at 5. First, and our WBON TV big story of the day. Earlier today, Madison County Judge Executive Reagan Taylor announced the appointment of Larry Brock as the new jailer for Madison County. The news was confirmed in a news release that Brock will assume the role effective January 1, following the retirement of current jailer Steve Tussey. Tussey has dedicated the past 6 years to the county and will officially step down as of December 31st after announcing his retirement earlier this month. Larry Brock is a longtime resident of Madison County with experience in law enforcement, corrections, and public service, including 9 years as the City of Richmond Chief of Police, where he left in 2017 to serve on a state parole board. In addition, Brock served a variety of roles at the federal level, including United States Military Police, Military Detention System, and ATF prior to returning to Richmond. Congratulations to Larry Brock on that appointment. Well, the discovery of human remains in Jessamine County has sparked renewed focus on 2 local missing persons cases. On Friday, 2 hikers discovered what appeared to be human remains in the Indian Falls area. Responding to the scene, officers from the Jessamine County Sheriff's Office and Nicholasville Police Department, along with county and city fire departments, confirmed the discovery. The remains, identified as belonging to an adult male, have been transported to the state medical examiner's office for further examination. This discovery has brought renewed attention to the cases of 2 missing men, Anthony Quinn, last seen in August of 2024, and Timmy Sterner, last seen in April of 2024. Sheriff Kevin Grimes stated in a press release, as of this time, all we can say is that the skeletal remains are of an adult male. The investigation into the identity of the deceased and the circumstances surrounding the death is ongoing. Carmen Summers told WBON TV that family and friends are heartbroken hearing the news that a deceased individual has been found. We are praying that it is not Anthony Quinn, but again, we are needing closure from all this. Right now, it is a waiting game for answers to discover who the individual may be, and the feelings of anxiety, anticipation, and dread are overwhelming. Whoever the individual may be, we hope that their families get the answers and sense of closure that they need. We appreciate all the love and support from the community and everyone that has followed this case since his disappearance. We pray that we get answers soon. That's, of course, a story we've been following here, WBON TV Live at 5, and we'll have all the latest updates as they come in. Well, as the holiday season winds down, officials with Kentucky Fish and Wildlife are asking people to donate their natural or real Christmas trees to use at fish habitats at Lake Reba again this year. It's the annual Christmas with the Fishes program. Make sure your trees are ornament and decoration free before bringing them. You can drop off your trees in the Madison County at the Lake Reba Recreational Complex. That's in Soccer Complex B, the big parking lot to the right across from the boat ramp parking. For information on drop-offs, you can contact Tom Timmerman, 606-783-8650. There are several drop-off sites across the state for people to donate their natural Christmas trees. These trees are submerged in lakes and reservoirs where fish can use them as a place to feed, shelter, and spawn. They make a great refuge and feeding habitat for game fish as well as small fish and invertebrates that are crucial for a thriving ecosystem. For a full list of drop-off locations, you can go to WBONTV.com and click the story. Find the link there and other locations across the state and near your town. Well, speaking of the end of the season, are you still cleaning up from Christmas? Well, you can remember the City of Richmond Recycling Center will be closed tomorrow, December 31st, and Wednesday, January 1st, with observation of the New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. However, drop-off area will be open during this time, so don't be deceived. If you don't see anyone, you can still leave your recyclables. The Kentucky State Police Post 11 London is investigating an officer-involved shooting that occurred in Laurel County on December the 23rd. Just before midnight, the London Police Department requested assistance from the KSP regarding an officer-involved shooting at 511 Van Zant Road. Preliminary investigation indicates that the LPD officers were attempting to execute a search warrant intended for 489 Van Zant Road, a house approximately 250 feet away. During the encounter, an LPD officer fired their agency-issued firearm, striking a resident in the home. Dispatch audio reveals officers requesting EMS and additional units at 489 Van Zant Road following that shooting. According to reports, life-saving measures were performed on scene, but the individual, later identified as 61-year-old Doug Harless, succumbed to his injuries and was pronounced deceased by the Laurel County Coroner's Office. No other injuries were reported. Neighbors reported hearing multiple gunshots and questioned the circumstances surrounding the shooting, suggesting that Harless may not have posed an immediate threat. Surveillance footage from a nearby residence may provide crucial evidence regarding the events leading up to the shooting. The community is seeking answers and expressing support for the Harless family. Mayor Randall Weedle has urged the public to allow the Kentucky State Police to thoroughly investigate the incident. The officer involved in the shooting has been placed on administrative leave. However, the lack of transparency from the London Police Department has fueled public anger, and a Justice for Doug rally is planned for this weekend as that investigation continues. More sad news as two men have lost their lives in a tragic mountainside collapse in Clay County early Friday morning. Clay County Dispatch received a call around 1 a.m. from a family member reporting that a man was buried under rubble. Upon arrival, emergency responders found one man deceased within that debris. Tragically, during that rescue effort, the second man was also discovered deceased. The incident occurred on Stone Gap Road in the Oneida community near an abandoned coal mine. Authorities believe the men were digging along an exposed coal seam approximately 8 to 10 feet above the ditch line when that mountainside collapsed. Evidence found at the scene include a bucket of raw coal in a vehicle and a bucket of coal and hand tools within the rubble, suggesting the men were collecting coal. The Clay County Sheriff's Office has confirmed that no further victims are expected to be found. The investigation into the tragic incident is ongoing, and of course, as we know more, you'll find it out here on WBONTV.com. With that, we're going to take a quick break. Don't go anywhere. We've still got lots more news coming up here live at 5, including we're going to take a look at the weather with Sam, and we've got Michael Watkins in with your sports report. That's all still to come live at 5.
Granite, marble, and quartz for any surface. Make a lifetime commitment you won't regret.
Davis & Powell Funeral Home in Berea. From our attention to detail, a diverse staff, and the best aftercare in the business, there's no better local choice to take care of your family in a difficult time than Davis & Powell. Call in to discuss pre-planning and preparations so there'll be no additional burden on your family. Davis & Powell Funeral Home in Berea. For additional information, check them out at davisandpowellfuneralhome.com. Davis & Powell Funeral Home, always going the extra mile.
We would like to invite you to join our family at Bishop's Small Engine Repair.
Outdoor Power has become a family tradition, with 3 generations here bringing you years of experience.
We will help you find the best selection of outdoor power equipment from Co-Cadet, Grasshopper, DeWalt, Makita, Echo, Shindawa, and now still in our Georgetown store.
Or bring your equipment into our service department. We will keep it running for years to come.
And as with all families, we have to keep Mama happy. So come on in and see us at Bishop's Small Engine Repair in Richmond and in Georgetown.
Are you tired of the same food options when you're trying to decide what's for dinner? Let Mamoot Bar and Grill in Richmond ease that burden. Their one-of-a-kind menu offers fine Mexican options, plus burgers, a large selection of sandwiches and wraps, pasta, steaks, seafood, and a full list of appetizers. You can please everyone on your guest list with a trip to Mamoot Bar and Grill, located in Richmond at 2187 Lexington Road, across from Whitehall Elementary School.
Are you considering a bathroom remodel? Think about this. Remodeling your bathroom without addressing the plumbing is like going to get a facelift when you need heart surgery. Plumbing is the heart of your home. At Fast Flow, we understand the importance of a well-functioning plumbing system. Our expert plumbers have years of experience in providing top-notch plumbing services. Don't just settle for a pretty face. Choose Fast Flow Plumbing before you remodel and keep your home's heart beating perfectly.
Call a pro at Fast Flow.
It's time to winterize your home, and Kentucky Roof Works and Restoration is here to make sure that your home is ready for when the snow and everything that comes with this time of year finally makes it our way. Call today and schedule a free inspection and consultation with an honest source that is willing to make sure you get what you need. Kentucky Roof Works and Restoration. Like them on Facebook or visit KentuckyRoofWorks.com for more information.
Welcome back to Live at 5 on WBON TV Channel 9. Definitely pretty warm out there for this time of year. We've got Sam in the Weather Center going to give us a look at the forecast, including maybe some cooler temperatures moving this way. Here's Sam.
Hi, thank you, and welcome everybody. Well, now that the new year is upon us, 2025, the beginning of it at least, going into next week, starting even for us around Sunday night and Monday, we could get some accumulated snow in here. And this is the beginning of long duration polar vortex sending waves and waves of Arctic air down across most of the United States. So this is, again, through next week. Plan ahead. That cold is coming. Now we'll cool down this week, but it's not the Arctic air. It'll be more seasonable. Now, we've got some sunshine and some clouds out. We have an area of low pressure, which is going to track by right to our north. That puts us in a warm, rainy sector for the day tomorrow. And we'll eventually have some clearing on the backside, but again, kind of cooler temperatures also entering in. So some scattered showers as we head on through the last day of December. It has been sort of a wet stretch here locally, and right now we're looking at about 1/4 of an inch to maybe 1/2 an inch. Could have a little rain snow mix trickling in right in time to ring in the new year. No accumulation, shouldn't have any impact. Roads are just going to remain wet. We'll see again maybe 1/4 of an inch, possibly up to 1/2 an inch in a few locales. With some of those showers off and on tomorrow, the winds will also increase and they'll be breezy as we head in through New Year's Eve, ringing in the new year. Kind of blustery, a little bit wet, and those winds picking up out of the northwest. Cooling down then into January with kind of rain snow mix Sunday and into Monday. Could have some accumulation with that polar vortex setting up in about a week from now. We'll be in these upper 40s overnight tonight. As we head out the door, again, a few showers around, and that will continue right on through the afternoon and evening. Be in the low 50s for daytime highs. And taking a look at that chance of precipitation, you can see it's right around 70 to about 90% throughout the day. And those winds gusting near 30 miles per hour. We cool down the first day of January, 37 degrees, and we'll keep it cool with that Arctic front maybe on Monday of next week.
Thanks, Sam. Some definitely cooler temperatures heading our way. You can always take a full look at our forecast. That's up all the time at WBONTV.com. You can also always check that out on our Facebook page. Well, the Wolfe County Sheriff's Office is warning the public about the circulation of counterfeit money in the area. In a recent statement, the Sheriff's Office acknowledged receiving multiple reports of counterfeit bills being used in local businesses. The department is actively investigating these incidents and has obtained CCTV footage from various locations for review. The Sheriff's Office urges all businesses and community members to exercise caution and be vigilant when handling cash transactions. Once the investigations are complete, appropriate charges will be filed against those responsible for circulating that counterfeit currency. Well, a Pulaski County man has died after being struck by a vehicle Sunday morning on South Highway 27 near Boat Dock Road. The Pulaski County coroner identified that victim as Sherman Dick, describing the incident as a tragic accident. Authorities have confirmed that no charges have been filed at this time. Lexington police are investigating a shooting that occurred Sunday morning. Reportedly, officers were dispatched to the Bryan Station Inn around 2 a.m. in response to a shots fired report. At that scene, they found shell casings and a damaged car that was unoccupied. Nobody was reported injured during the shooting. At the time, no suspect information has been released. This, again, is a developing story. Another accident in Lexington as 3 people were critically injured in a 2-vehicle collision that occurred on New Circle Road in Lexington Saturday night. According to the Lexington Police Department, one of the vehicles involved was traveling in the wrong direction. The injured individuals were transported to a local hospital for treatment. A section of the inner loop of New Circle Road was temporarily closed while authorities investigated the crash. The roadway reopened around 3 a.m. It's unclear at this time whether any charges have been filed in connection to that collision. Well, the Kentucky Public Service Commission has approved the construction of a new solar farm in Fayette County located between I-64 and US 60. The project, undertaken by East Kentucky Power Cooperative, will cover nearly 400 acres and feature 88,000 solar panels, generating 40 megawatts of power. The EKPC, which serves over 570,000 meters and 1.1 million Kentuckians across 89 counties, aims to diversify its energy portfolio by adding the solar farm to its existing sources, which include coal, natural gas, hydroelectricity, and landfill gas. However, Lexington Mayor Linda Gordon has expressed opposition to the project, stating that it does not benefit the people of Fayette County and that the city will consider appealing that decision. Construction on the Fayette County solar farm is expected to begin in late 2025 with an estimated completion date of 2027. In addition to the Fayette County project, the Kentucky Public Service Commission also approved another solar project for EKPC in Marion County. Authorities are searching the Tug River for a missing Johnson County man. Martin County Sheriff John Kirk stated that search began after a missing person report was filed in Johnson County. Although the individual has not been publicly identified, Sheriff Kirk believes it is the same man who fled from police during a traffic stop on December the 13th, running toward the river. The investigation and search efforts are ongoing, with updates expected as more information becomes available. With that, we're going to take a quick break. Don't go anywhere. Still lots more news coming up here live at 5, including up next, Michael Watkins with all of your latest sports news. That's still to come.
Hey y'all, it's Sawyer
and Gus and Petey
from Hicks and Punson, Kentucky lawyers.
Sawyer, can I ask you a question? If size matters, why did David beat Goliath?
That's because it's not the size of the dog in the fight that matters, it's the size of the fight in the dog. If you've been hurt in an accident and want local lawyers who will fight for you, call Mr. Josh Nidad yet.
Call 859-777-7000 or visit honestdealers.com.
Who makes the best meal in Richmond? Nuevo Vallarta. Friendly service, a place that's good for kids and good for groups. Head to Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond. Nuevo Vallarta is known for warm hospitality, great prices, great food, and the best fajitas in town. Start with an appetizer, order a la carte, or choose from their huge menu of Mexican favorites for grown-ups and kids. Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond.
Estill County EMA CSEP is a huge asset to those in Estill and surrounding counties. CSEP in Estill County has partnered with Everbridge to bring you alert and notification services that will allow you to maintain your contact info and ensure you receive alerts for locations in Estill County that are important to you. For more information and to register your device, visit EstillCountyEMA.net. You can also stay up to date with your county by following Estill County EMA CSEP on Facebook, helping you stay safe at home.
Whether you're looking for dependability in the game or on the road, Madison County is where you'll find it. Jack Burford Chevrolet in Richmond has the trucks you can depend on and a winning tradition, just like our great local sports teams. Come see us at Jack Burford Chevrolet in Richmond or check us out at jackburford.com to see our lineup of dependable trucks and become part of the winning tradition.
At Jones Family and Cosmetic Dentistry, we make it our priority to deliver the gentle, compassionate care that you deserve from a dentist. Offering single-visit restoration on crowns, bridges, inlays, onlays, and veneers with CERAC. Jones Family and Cosmetic Dentistry is equipped to handle all your dental needs, from surgical implant placement and restoration, teeth whitening, root canal therapy, and more. And we now have the Cone Beam 3D technology for taking scans of the jaw. For your next dental appointment, call Jones Family and Cosmetic Dentistry at 859-985-0201.
At the Galaxy Bowling Center and Champions Bar and Grill, we have activities galore, including video games, bowling, pool, delicious food at Champions, plus karaoke and live entertainment 7 days a week. Enjoy the climate-controlled patio, watch NFL football, and your Kentucky Wildcats all season long. The Galaxy Bowling Center and Champions Bar and Grill, just off exit 87 at 1025 Amberley Way in Richmond.
Well, it was a busy weekend of hoops with some instant classic featuring EKU in Louisville and Madison Central and Madison Southern. With a recap of all the action, Michael Watkins is back with another edition of the Mammoth Bar and Grill Sports Report.
Welcome back in, everybody, to the Mammoth Bar and Grill Sports Report. Local sports fans were treated to a second helping of Madison Central versus Madison Southern boys hoops last night in the championship game of the Holiday Classic hosted at Central. After beating the Eagles by 12 just 9 days prior, last night the Indians had to use a late fourth quarter rally to squeak out a victory. After falling behind 8-0 in the start of the game, Southern called a quick timeout and settled into a rhythm offensively. After riding the hot hand of Michael Whitaker to get back in the game, the Eagles tied it up at 20 on a floater by Kaysen Nabi at the end of the first quarter. Whitaker's hot shooting continued in the second period after Central built a 12-point lead. Derek Kelton and Micah knocked down a pair of triples late in the period to close the gap to 4 at 42-38 heading into the half. In the third quarter, Kaysen Nabi took the game over. The senior point guard scored 11 in the third period to help Southern build a 53-50 lead heading into the fourth. In that final frame, the Eagles would push the lead to as much as 6 at 61-67 with less than 3 minutes remaining. But Will Richardson put his stamp on the game down the stretch. The junior guard knocked down a pair of three-pointers, and his defense on Nabi was superb. Following a pair of free throws from Nabi with around a minute to go, Cody Morrison tied the game at 69 on a floater with less than a minute remaining. On the next possession, the Indians got a steal, and Morrison this time ended up at the free throw line. He made one of two, and Central took a 1-point lead and would hold on to win by 4, 73-69. Jake Feldhaus led the charge for the Indians with a monster performance, going for 33 points and 16 rebounds. Morrison exceeded his point total by 1 from the previous meeting with Southern, this time going for 17. Along with his great defense, Will Richardson scored 12, including 3 of 4 from 3. For the Eagles, the two seniors were huge. Even plagued with foul trouble, Nabi scored 29 points, 19 in the second half. Michael Whitaker did most of his damage in the first half, where he knocked down 6 three-pointers. He added one more 3 in the second half to give him a 7-for-9 night from beyond the arc and 25 total points. Central out-rebounded Southern by 17 for the game, which was the biggest reason for them being able to pull out the victory. That win makes it 6 straight for the Indians, with the previous 5 all coming by double figures. Southern's record is now even at 6-6 following the loss. The Madison Central girls basketball team are now 12-0 after returning to Richmond, winners of the Smoky Mountain Winter Classic. The team notched wins over at Lenoir City, Tennessee, Rockcastle County, and Cumberland County, Tennessee to bring home the championship, and will return to action on January 3rd for a matchup at home with Rockcastle County. But George Kimball III gave Eastern Kentucky men's hoops a 1-point lead with less than a minute and a half remaining in the game, but Louisville scored in the final 2 seconds and escaped with a 78-76 victory on Saturday when the Colonels took on the Cards at the KFC Yum Center. After trailing by double digits in the first half, the Colonels cut it to 9 at halftime and battled their way back to eventually take a lead in the second half, but couldn't stave off the late game rally. Eastern, now 6-7 on the season, will enter conference play with their first matchup on the road at Central Arkansas on January 2nd. With only 9 available players, EKU's women's basketball team overcame a 12-point deficit behind 2 20-point performances from Alice Recanati and Rafaela Toussaint to beat Samford 81-66 on the road last night. With that win, EKU is now 10-3, and they conclude its non-conference slate with double-digit wins for the second consecutive season and extend its winning streak to 9 straight, the program's most wins in a row since 2005. The Colonels will now shift their sights to a Sun Conference play in the new year, opening the slate with 3 consecutive games on the road, beginning with a matchup against longtime rival Austin Peay on January 2nd at 7 p.m. Happy New Year, everyone, and thanks for being with us in 2024. For the Mammoth Bar and Grill Sports Report, I'm Michael Watkins.
When inclement weather hits the greater Richmond area, you can count on Richmond's very own WBON TV9 News Team. Continuing news team coverage of traffic alerts, power outages, road conditions, and traffic impacts like accidents or downed trees. Accurate forecast, watches and warnings, local cancellations and delays, and official information from emergency management and the National Weather Service. Be sure to like and follow WBON TV on Facebook for breaking news, alerts, watches, and warnings, and log on to WBONTV.com for all the news on your schedule. Count on WBON TV9 and our media partners 100.7 FM The Coyote for outstanding team coverage when you need it most. Thanks for watching Richmond's very own Channel 9.
If you love local sports, you'll love the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show. Join your host, Michael Watkins, and Samantha Burford as they cover sports news for the greater Madison County area. Get your local sports news every Monday night from 6 to 7 p.m. on WBON Channel 9 and on radio at Y92.5, V99.3, and WKXO Sports Radio 103.5. The Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show is also brought to you by Aero Auto Glass, Nuevo Vallarta, and Bishop's Small Engine Repair.
And at the half, EKU leads state 21-7.
I love the way these look.
Thanks.
Yeah, go Colonels.
Is it here? Hey, Coach, it's right here, but shouldn't you be at the game?
Carry your favorite team with you everywhere you go with a new EKU branded debit card from CG Bank. No matter what season it is, always show your Colonel pride.
Has anyone seen Coach?
It's that time of year when we are day and night driving with our kids all over. Your car never stops. At AMCO Transmissions, we make sure to keep you rolling. We have the latest technology, certified technicians, and longest warranty to keep your vehicles running strong. We specialize in all foreign and domestic transmissions, drivetrain, or just general maintenance. Did you know at AMCO, the average customer saves $1,800 in comparison to the dealer? And AMCO has a longer warranty. Come see us at AMCO Transmission for the best service and the cheapest prices around. AA MCO. Thanks so much for joining us here today, Live at 5. Of course, we'll be right back here tomorrow. More news, more weather, and sports. You can always check us out on the stations of Wallingford Media, 100.7 The Coyote, for other weather-related issues as we go into this cold spell. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you tomorrow, Live at 5.